Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your September 2020 Astrology 33 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I'm actually going to be taking a bit of a break from those, probably for at least the next month. But if I do change my mind before then, I'll make an update in the community section of the channel. As far as what we have in front of us, we have a Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy. If you feel more like those represent the other person's energy and the cards on the right represent your energy, then definitely trust that. All right. So getting started with the past energy on your side, we have the Six of Arrows and the Seven of Arrows. So these are both Aquarius energy, actually, which for you guys is your 8th house. So the first thing that came to my mind seeing these two cards, that Six of Arrows energy, I'm used to saying Six of Swords, that's why that was what was stuck in my head for a second. But yeah, Six of Arrows moving to the Seven of Arrows. The first thing that comes to my mind with this combination could just be saying that in the past you might have left a friends with benefits situation. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's saying that this was with this person or if it was possibly with another person. Because you were dealing with this person that you left that friends with benefits situation behind. But for the majority of you, I really feel like it was a situation that you had going with this person that wasn't really committed. You guys just had more of a friends with benefits dynamic, and you guys might have actually left that behind in the past. Past energy on their side, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So far you guys both have swords energy in the past position. With this being in reverse, what this says to me is that they could have possibly had some healing that they needed to go through, because the Four of Swords typically represents that energy of taking a rest, gathering yourself, usually after a Three of Swords situation, for example. So that's what I feel like was happening with the two of you. This person might have had some healing that they needed to do, might not have done it, and then looks like you might have been coming out of something as well, to where you guys went a friends with benefit situation. In the present situation on your side, we have Princess of Coins, which is the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles, and Five of Arrows. So you guys have all three of the Aquarius energies here, the 5, the 6, and the 7 of Arrows, which is interesting. But what this could be saying for some of you could just be saying that, maybe you're starting to lose hope in that ability to get a long-term stable commitment. And with this energy showing up here, could just be saying, similar to them, where they had some healing that they needed to do. It looks like you guys might actually have some healing that you need to do as well. That might be part of why you haven't really had that serious stable commitment come in just yet. But the good thing with that showing up here is the artwork here. We see like that angel symbolism, so it looks like they're kind of helping guide you. So it looks like in the present you guys might actually be finally going through that healing process that you may have been putting off for whatever reason. So I do see that as a positive, given that these two cards come out together like that. And what stands out to me too is, obviously she's holding she has the 5 arrows there, and then with these two cards as well, she has 5 arrows in the boat with her, and then that one to the side. Here she's carrying the 5 arrows and leaving 2 behind. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely pointing that to a situation that, you guys just hadn't healed from your past. And like I said, to be fair, it looks like they also had some healing that they needed to do as well. So it could have just been one of those things where you guys kind of bonded off that, but wasn't necessarily the healthiest situation at the same time, right? And present energy on their side, we have Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy, which does represent your opposite sign. So I can see this a couple of different ways, which is one, it could be saying that they will put in that effort if you wanted them to actually be in a serious commitment with you. But really what I'm feeling more than anything here is that even if they were to put in that effort, they might get a vibe that you're very high maintenance, and I don't necessarily think you are. But again, like I said, I feel like this person had some healing that they needed to do as well. So when you're coming from that position, anything that feels like, all right, you have to put in work toward the commitment could feel like more than what you're capable of giving, right? So that's what I feel like could be the case there. And if this is all around, you moving out of the situation because they were the ones who might have been doing something shady, then that would explain why you're kind of blocked off and guarded with them and actually making them prove to you, that they're going to commit. So that could be how it's playing out for some of you too. But yeah, I feel like this is just saying that in theory they might put in the work toward a connection, but I feel like they would view it almost as a bit of a burden. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, which is technically Pisces energy, but obviously this could represent your energy too, since you're also part of the cup element. But to me, this represents you guys actually successfully going through that healing process and being ready to move forward. It might even be around the time of that Pisces full moon that we have early in September where you guys might feel that energy come through for you. But that's what I'm seeing there more than anything, which is saying that, we could see it, right? You had swords energy there, swords in the present with that pentacle energy. Now, finally, we see the cup energy. So you might be feeling back in your element in the future. And like I said, ready to move forward, whether it be with this person or just in general, right? So that's what I see there. And then future energy on their side, we have the tower. So again, I'm picking up on the vibe on their side. Like I said, in the past, it looked like you guys both had some healing that you needed to do. It looks like you are successfully going through that process, whereas this person, I don't think that they're going to be there yet. So something to keep in mind, which could say that, like I was saying, even if they do put in that effort with you to be in a committed relationship, I feel like eventually it might, cause them to want to break out of the connection. So something to keep in mind there. This is just a 1 month thing too, though. So keep in mind that those energies can change. But I do feel like this month in particular, it looks like it would just be too much pressure for them. And like I said, it looks like, to be fair, you guys both had healing that you needed to do. It looks like you're actually going through that process now. This person doesn't like they're quite there yet. So just something to keep in mind. The bottom of the deck on your side, we have power. So to me, this is a good sign. This is the equivalent to the Emperor card, which is Aries energy. But to me, this is a good sign that you guys are going to feel confident, feel like you're in your power, right? Not going to waver from what your standards are. And I think that might have even been one of the titles for your readings, maybe last month or the month before, about not compromising your standards. So on the one hand, even if there is something going on with this person that they still need to do some healing, this looks like a pretty positive card to see here, which is to say that, you'll be able to ride that out without it compromising where you're at and setting you back in any way. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, this is usually a feeling of rejection, right? Like one person wanting the connection and the other person doesn't. So and this could be, again, this might be pointing to that previous connection they may have been in that they just never healed from fully, or this can be pointing to a connection with you directly. But yeah, I do pick up on the vibe that on their side, it looks like they're not really ready. And like I said, maybe you'll be understanding and patient with them because it looks like you too were in that situation yourself in the past. But like I said, I do see the clear progression for you where you are going to be doing some healing this month, whereas for this person, it looks like they're kind of still in the self-sabotage mode. So we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix, though. Maybe they'll say something different. First, we'll go with the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what we're looking for is just some jumpers for some unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And after shuffling for a while, if no cards are coming up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck, since it's just a general reading. But we'll see if we get anything. Yep, I got one there that flipped over, but Now I have to find it because it went back in the deck. Pretty sure it flipped over. Hold on. Maybe I was seeing things. Wow, that's really weird. I could have sworn I saw a card flip. Alright, don't mind me. Apparently I imagined that, so I'll keep shuffling. Oh, there it is. Alright, so alright, and let me see if there's any unspoken messages from them to you. Okay, nothing coming up yet, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. Alright, nothing there. So, the card that came up for your side, is it possible to forgive and forget? So this is interesting because, I mean, it feels more like something that would be on their side with that tower thing, but this does give me a potential different angle that maybe this is about. So give me a second. So I did mention very briefly in the beginning that for some of you, the Seven of Swords could have meant that, you guys had a friends with benefits thing on the side. So for those of you, if that was the case and that was, with another person and not this person, and maybe that's what actually caused the issue between the two of you, which is to say that, maybe you were in some kind of friends with benefits situation and they caught you, then that would explain a little bit more why they're in that energy that they're in. And then if that's the case, this would actually represent them really putting the heavy demands on you to prove that, hey, I want to know that you're actually not going to do something like that again, so I still feel like that would be for a very small percentage of you, but this does at least put that possibility out there that for some of you it might have been you guys, and then maybe that actually finally was the wake-up call for you that, oh, okay, I need to heal this because I'm kind of sabotaging these connections, so that's the case. Like I said, to be fair, I don't necessarily see this person coming back around this month, now if the timelines are a little bit different, which is to say maybe they caused that tower moment in the future first, and then that causes you to come in and be real with them and let them know, hey, I'm in it for real, then maybe that's a different story. But seems like a little iffy situation for this month. But we'll see what the Wisdom of the Oracle deck adds to the mix. So same situation, I did pre-shuffle this deck, but we're just looking for one card here, and then we'll wrap up. Alright, nothing coming up yet. Well, I'll give it a few more shuffles. Worst case, we will pull one from this deck because I do like to wrap up with at least one card from this deck. So, alright, yeah, let's just put this down. And I'll pull a card. Just give me a second. Alright, go with this one here. Alright, we have a change in the wind. There's the artwork, and the number is 12. Someone else got that card this month too. I can't remember who though, unfortunately. It might have been one of the air signs. It says, a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So, interesting message there. I mean, I definitely do see that there is some change happening in the connection. And like I said, initially, I really felt like for you guys, it looks like you're going through a healing process and a growth process. Of course, to be fair, if you guys were the ones who were the ones stepping out, yeah, naturally it would be easier for you guys to get over that than for them, but that's what I was seeing there. So hopefully that resonated. And then the relationship message says relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. The rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So an interesting message there as far as the, take temporary shelter thing and remove yourself from drama. That was making me think of what I was saying with the Seven of Swords. Looked like you were leaving that behind already in the past. But with that Five of Swords energy in the present and then the Tower in the future, if you do feel something like that bubbling up to the surface, you might just want to withdraw from it for a while, maybe give it some time, because like I said, especially if you were stepping out on this person and, obviously they're still possibly hurt by that, you might just need to give it a little more time. You could definitely come in with sincerity with the Prince of Cups. Just understand, though, that it might not be received well. And then if that's the case, just give it some time. Maybe after they settle for a bit, they'll come back around. But that's why I feel they're a bit of a rough reading, but in that regard, I hope it didn't resonate for too many of you. But for those of you, if this is your situation, hopefully you got something from it. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.